Hi guys, I'm Emma and welcome to Simple Stretch. This is a gentle, easeful practice, accessible to absolutely anybody. Great if you spent a lot of your day seated and you're just looking for a little bit of more mobility in the joints and to open up the tissues, or if you are someone who travels a lot and looking for a way to move the body and stretch the body in between flights. So go ahead and start off on your back today. Let's bring the soles of the feet to connect, allow the knees to soften outwards. If this is a little too much for the hips, you can just keep the bend in the knees and allow the knees to connect here. You might rest the hands by the sides or to the belly, draw the shoulder blades down the back, lengthen through the neck, and feel the skull ground down, the brain melt into the skull. Start by feeling the entire back body ground into the earth, the beating of the heart, the flow of the breath. And just noticing where the breath is, or where it's at for you today, whether it's quite quick or short or sharp, whether it's quite steady and easeful. And without trying to manipulate or change anything, can you invite a little more space into the ribs? So allow this to still, or for you to still stay with this organic breath, your natural rhythm, but just breath by breath, can you gently, softly allow each breath to be a little more elongated. With your inhales, focus on sending the air way into the belly, feeling the navel rise. And with your exhales, can you find a soft, passive, and long exhale out? As human beings, we get so good at breathing only into the chest, but there's so many benefits of breathing deep into the belly. It's great for activating our parasympathetic nervous system, our relaxed response, awesome for our vagal tone. Okay, let's take another few deep belly breaths. Adho Pranayama. Finding a full breath in here. Open the mouth, exhale, side out. Taking the arms out to the knees, draw the knees into the chest, and just take a little gentle rock side to side here. Should feel really yummy in the lower back. And then taking one hand to each knee, let's start to draw circles, massaging the outer edges of the sacrum. If it's been a little while since you moved the body or moved the joints, this might feel a little jolty at first. So just take your time here to create fluidity in the hips. Changing direction whenever you feel the need to. Good. When you're ready, inhale, make your way back to center. Take the arms out wide, deep breath in. Exhale, knock the knees over to that left side. Just allow the knees to soften here and focus on grounding the shoulders. And let that be your first point of contact. If it feels okay for the neck, you might take the gaze over to the right. Relax the jaw, soften the face. Feeling a stretch into the outer hips, this lengthening of the spine, and the stretching the back muscles here. So twists are great for posture, great for any back pain. Inhale, make your way back to center. And exhale all the way to the opposite side, the right side. You might like to recenter the hips, reground the shoulders. Maybe the gaze treks all the way to the left. Wherever you are in the world, closing down the eyes. Finding this inner resource, this inner peace. A place to always come back to. Good. Inhale back to center. Return the hips to the center of the mat. Let's take a deep breath in, and keeping the legs in tabletop, so knees at a 90-degree angle. Let's exhale them all the way to the left. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Just continuing here, moving with the breath. Exhale. Switching on the core, stretching out the back. Inhale. Exhale. And see if you can keep your core active throughout this exercise. So really turning the belly, pulling the navel to the spine. Last breath. Squeezing the inner thighs, the calves together. Good. Inhale back to center. This time, let's take a little rock and roll up and down the spine. And you can do this 3 or 4 times. Massaging out the back. And make your way to a seat. And over to tabletop when you're ready. So spread the fingers wide, really important for the wrist to create that foundational base. Ground down through the pinky and the thumb. Stack the knees into the shoulders here, soften the tops of the feet to the mat. And let's start to tone the belly here. So again, pull that navel to the spine, find that gentle tuck of the pelvis here. You can just take a little rock side to side, roll out the shoulders. Just find your free cat-cow, or someone told me recently this is also called drunk cat-cow. So you can take a little roll however this feels. For you, you might sit it back, you might release the head. And staying with the breath here. Good. When you're ready, make your way back to a neutral spine. As you inhale, roll the shoulder heads back, find your full cat pose and cow pose. Exhale, rounding through the spine, push the mat away. Feel the shoulder blades draw apart here and away from the spine. Inhale, heart lifts. And exhale. Good. Last breath, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, walk the hands a little further forwards. Spread the fingers even wider, tuck the toes under, find your downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And again, here you can feel into this as much as you like. You can walk the dog, you can find a twist, you might shake the head yes, you might shake the head no. Feel into your joints, feel into your tissues here. How's it doing today? Good, let's meet back in your downward dog. Find some stillness on your next inhale. Make your way to the tips of the toes. Good, as you exhale, take a deep bend into the knees. Take the shin bones parallel to the mat. Inhale, extend through the legs. And exhale, heels to mat. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last round, your own pace, your own breath. Good. On your next inhalation, let's start to walk the hands back towards the feet. So take your time here. It can almost be like a little meditation hand walk, really feeling the earth underneath each of the fingers, and then find yourself in your standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Take a deep bend into the knees here until the chest starts to connect with the thighs, and you might find that you really have to bend into the knees until the thigh bones are almost parallel, and that is completely fine. I'd much rather your standing forward bend Uttanasana look like this as opposed to something like this. So we're looking for this opening in the back body here. Support your spine as much as you can. Lengthen the crown of the head to the mat. Go ahead and take hold of opposite elbows. You can take a little sway, a little shimmy side to side, into the hips, into the shoulders. So a lot of really free opening movement here, feeling into the body. If you're coming to your mat first thing in the morning, you'll notice particularly a stretch into the cervical spine, the neck here, so you have this fascia build up overnight. Good. On your next inhale, let's slide the palms at the shin bones, find a half lift, spine lengthens. Focus on the space between the belly button and the tip of the tailbone here. So can you create space in the lumbar spine region? Exhale, folding down. 2 more breaths. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, release. Last breath, inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, sprinkle your right hands to the center of the mat. Bend your knees as much as you like here. Inhale, sweep the left fingers high. Exhale, left hand sprinkles to the center of the mat. Take the right hand high. So just finding a little twist here, lengthening through the crown of the head. Broadening the shoulders into the collarbone, spreading the wings. Exhale, both hands to the mats. Inhale, gently find your way to standing. Sweep the fingertips up high here. Deep breath in. As one of my students would say, grab a big bowl of sunshine. And then exhale, hands to the heights. Let's take another deep breath in here. Reach those fingertips high. Take hold of opposite elbows. And as you exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center. And let's exhale, sweep it and swoop it down. Back to standing, deep breath in. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, sweeping it down the opposite side. Good. Inhale, back to center. Just take a few deep breaths here. Take the hands by the side to Dasana, mountain pose. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Draw the chin in line with the earth. Find that neutral positioning of the body of the spine here. Good. Deep breath in, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, folding all the way down to the mat, Uttanasana. Walk the hands forwards here. Find your way back into downward facing dog. And then let's sweep that right foot high to the sky. 3-legged dog, deep breath in. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose here. Plant that right foot in between the thumbs. You might need to wiggle that foot a little further forward, and then go ahead and soften that left knee to the mat. Find yourself in your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. We're looking for space in the knees, so at least 90 degrees. You might have to wiggle it forward. Roll the shoulder heads back, draw the heart forwards. Opening through the chest, square the pelvis. Let's take a few deep breaths here, stretching into these hip flexors. When you're ready, inhale, reach that right hand high behind. You might find that it just rests onto the back of the thigh. You might find that it even starts to slide down, and maybe you find a bind here. You might reach for your bind and decide not for you today, in which case you can always come back. Wherever you're at, 3 deep breaths. Good. Inhale back to center. Ground through the hands here. And from here, let's find our plank pose. So take the right foot all the way to the back. Stack the shoulders here, reach the right hand to the sky. We want this left shoulder over the left wrist, so you might need to wedge yourself a little further forwards or a little further back to make that happen. If all is well here, keep a softness in that left elbow. Float the right foot to the sky. 3 breaths. Good. Exhale, right hand grounds, right knee grounds. Let's go for a lowering of the chin and chest here. Keep the sit bones high. Inhale, find your cobra. And exhale, child's pose. You can take your knees a little wider here if that feels good. Rest your third eye to the mat.
Take a little wriggle into the hips. Notice how the left is feeling in comparison to the right. And just softening in. Noticing how this movement's leaving you feeling. And perhaps the answer to this is amazing, or sometimes we come to a mat and we shift things that might trigger certain emotions or sensations in us, and this is okay too. Can we make space for this on the mat? Can we sit with this? Last full breath in. Last full breath out. Making your way to downward facing dog whenever you're ready. Tuck the toes. When you're ready, inhale, sweep that left foot high. Draw the knee to the chest, stack the shoulders over the wrists. Let that left foot in between the thumbs. Soften the right knee, soften the top of the right foot. Find your low lunge here, Anjaneyasana. Broaden into the collarbones, roll the shoulder heads back, retraction in the shoulder blades. So squeezing this invisible pencil between the shoulder blades here. Check there's enough space in the knee. You might need to wiggle that left knee forwards. When you're ready, reach that left hand high and behind, find your bind, or just resting it to the thigh. Choice is yours. And just be mindful of any hyperextension, that right elbow, keep it soft here. Inhale back to center, frame that front foot, tuck the toes under, and let's take that left foot all the way back. Find your side plank on the right side, sweep the left hand high. If all is well here, you can float that left foot. Be mindful, we want the shoulder to be right, stacked right over the wrists, so you might need to wiggle yourself forward, you might need to draw that right wrist back in space. Exhale, left hand grounds, left knee grounds, lower the chin and chest to the mat. Inhale, cobra, and exhale, child's pose. When you're ready, walk the hands back, and let's make our way onto our backs. Just as we began, draw the knees into the chest, take a little wriggle, little rock side to side. This time, let's release the left leg, hug that right knee in, draw circles just with the right knee. Changing direction when you need. And then keeping that left hip, left heel grounded. Your option here is to simply take that right knee out wide, so find that external rotation in the right hip, or if it's available, take the hand to the outside blade of the foot, find your half happy baby. Relax the shoulders, release the jaw. If you're good here, stay here. Otherwise, let's find our half thrashing baby. So as you inhale, you can start to extend through the leg. Exhale, take a bend in the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend in the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend in the knee. Good. Draw that knee back to the center of the chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, take it across the body for a supine twist, Supta Matsyendrasana. Extend through the right arm. Of course, if there's any variation of a twist that you would prefer that speaks to you, please feel free. Always, always, always to make this decision for yourself. Your practice, your poses, your rules. Inhale back to center. And then let's release that right leg, draw the left knee in.
And again, just drawing circles with this knee, creating mobility in the hips, changing direction. An option to just take that knee out wide, or if it's accessible, half happy baby, keep that right hip grounded. Just the reminder of taking the hand to the hip here can help do just that. Again, find that half thrashing baby this side. So you can take your hands or keep your hands to the outer blade of the foot, or you can take those peace fingers around the big toe. It might create a little more space. So inhale, extend through the leg. Exhale, deep bend into the knee. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath, inhale. Exhale. Good, release that foot. Hug that knee into the chest. Exhale, take it across the body to close with your final twist here. So we did a lot of mobility work into the joints, into the hips, a lot of detoxing twists, and a few shoulder openers as well. So a well-rounded sequence, short little sequence to keep you going and to stretch it out. And hopefully you're feeling that here. Now make your way back to center, draw the knees into the chest, little rock side to side. Just take a deep breath in, squeeze the knees in, squeeze the forehead to the knees, and tight, tight, tight. Good, and then exhale, releasing into Shavasana. Take the feet out wide. Relax all 10 toes, the calves, the knees, the thighs. Feel the belly soften. And take the arms beside you, rotating the wrists, palms facing upwards. Sign of opening and receiving. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, melt the skull, melt the brain into the skull. Bring a softness to the face. And giving yourself permission here to surrender. To drop a little deeper into this gift of Shavasana. Please stay here as long as you like, as long as you need, whether that be 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 50 minutes. Hitting pause for that time to restore the mind as well. Ready, very gently bringing movement back into the fingers, the toes, turning the head side to side, just awakening the body, introducing the breath back in, lengthening and deepening. Let's take a big stretch of the head, reach from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes, deep breath in. And exhale, rocking out to your right side. Making your way to any comfortable seat. Drawing hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. Pressing thumbs to sternum, sternum to thumbs. Bowing the head in deep gratitude for this practice, for our bodies, and for this simple ability to come to the mat. Running one last full breath in. And a full breath out. heart to yours. Namaste. Hi you guys, thanks for joining me for a simple stretch. I hope you enjoyed the class. As a little energy exchange, I would so appreciate if you could leave a like or a comment below, subscribe and share it with your friends.